Welcome to Fantasy Pills. Jumping into an Eliminator fast draft. Let's just see what we got cooking here. And right off the bat, we are pick 6. And I am praying that somehow we land Jamar Chase here. My favorite wide receiver coming into the league. Has always been. Draft him every year in season-long drafts. He's won me a lot of ships. Obviously, he's got to be healthy, but we're starting out now. Typical pick, Bijan. That's what I would do, number 1. I like him over Jameer. I think Bijan is totally slept on still. Algier gone. He's only going to get the ball more. I like Stefanski there. I'm a big fan of the team. And if Tua's there, look what H.N. did with, I love it. Jameer Gibbs, obviously. Jamar is probably going to go next. And then, Puka, I love. JSN's great, so I'm happy with any. I feel like that's where you get a real drop off of tiers. And I'm okay with it, being that it's a robust tier to me. Robust running back is super important. I'm going with Jonathan Taylor. He was incredible last year. He's had great years every year. Daniel Jones wasn't out. He finishes maybe as a top running back. And I'd rather him over Christian McCaffrey. Now we just got to wait it out. Other than that, the draft makes total sense. Christian McCaffrey going there, even in this bracket here, I feel like I'm sitting in this pick. I'm going Amon. He's the safest pick here. I do love CD, but obviously you have so much. Wow, James Cook, nice pick. Justin Jefferson, I kind of want sometimes more, but I'm okay with it. I feel like it's a little bit early to know where you'd like to lead, but Justin Jefferson being number 1 with Kyler, we've seen glimpses of Kyler just being an elite quarterback when he has an opportunity to keep it together and not playing Call of Duty. Well, I'm a big fan. Now, the dream case scenario is really landing one of these RBs. Real dream would be Kenneth Walker. I want no Devon Achane this year. So hopefully he doesn't fall to us. I'm fine with Chase Brown. Kenneth Walker dropping us would be elite. I like Omar and Hampton too. And because we're gonna land, there's really no rush to a wide receiver at the second half. There's just a plethora of good wide receivers later on, and I'm not gonna rush to it. Plus, you can fill out your team. If you start off with these robust running backs, you're gonna be really good because the cliff is crazy this year in running backs. The fall off is just disgusting. I want no piece of it. For this video, let's get us Kenneth Walker, please. I'll take Omar and Hampton too. Yes, let's go, boys. JT and Ken Walk. I love it. All right, so of course, typically you're just going to wait it out. Doesn't matter. We'll see what happens to us. We're not at the end of a draft pick where we can see kind of what the person behind us has or needs, so we can't snipe anybody. We're really just sitting in the middle. Just a sitting duck. I'd be very happy with A.J. Brown. I think he does end up getting traded to the Patriots, and him and Drake May would be elite together. Vrabel was his coach in Tennessee, and that's how we knew about A.J. Brown even. So linking back up with Vrabel, he loves A.J. Brown. I have to see it happening. So I'm super happy with A.J. Brown. You could also go with continue to smash the robust running back, but I think we'll be okay with going A.J. Brown. We're just really going to see what falls to us, really. Josh Allen, we already know. He's goated. But too rich right now. I'd rather being in best ball, I'd rather just stack up really solid, elite, really skilled position players. So we're just going to wait it out a little bit, but let's see where we land. George Pickens just went. I love George. He was an elite guy last year. You knew he was going to be amazing. What he did in Pittsburgh is inevitable. He was going to do this in Dallas. But him and I feel like between him and CD, they're just gonna go back and forth. CD didn't have that great of a year, so who's to say that CD doesn't have the better year this year? I'd rather have Dak if I'm gonna do anything in that position. All right, so Breece Hall is very interesting to me. I think he's gonna have a great year. The Jets just look great in general. You know, if I would have went a receiver in the last round, I'd probably be running for Breece here. But we're not going to. AJ Brown would be a dream come true because I do not want Malik Neighbors, the knee scope, and having to have worked on it already. Wow, Chris Olave really going early. I mean, I love Olave, but yeah, AJ Brown's the GOAT to me, right? And the GOATed pick. I am a Malik Neighbors truther, but coming off that injury, we're not going to do it. So we're locking in AJ Brown. If he links up with Drake May, we're going to be very happy at the end of this. I do love this build so far. Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker is literally going to be Saquon Barkley when he left the Eagles. Everyone's really overthinking this pick. Makes no sense to me. 10 touchdowns, easy. 30 to 40 catches, and I wouldn't be surprised 1,200, 1,300 rushing yards. Like total 1,800 maybe. Like it's in the realm of easy for him. And with Patrick Mahomes, you gotta be there. And AJ Brown, if he connects with Vrabel and Drake May, sky's the limit really. All right, so to our next pick, Garrett Wilson is so slept on. The guy's incredibly elite. Everybody forgets what he's done his first couple of years, so I'm very happy with Garrett. Tetero, I like him. Of course, I like Emeka. I think people were really hard on him. Like, yes, he started off incredible last year and then just came down to earth, like, literally like a meteor. But I think he'll do really good with Mike Evans gone. Ladd McConkey's a great pickup. Let's see what we get left here. It's like really hard. I love Scatterboo. I think Scatterboo's gonna be so much better than everyone's consensus is making him out to be, and I really don't see the reason why. Scatterboo was incredible last year when he played, receiving and rushing. He was so good. Like I would definitely take him over D Swift, who just went. I'm gonna go with. I really like Ladd, but we'll go with the Mecca. I like Emeka. I think he could be really good taking over. I think year 2, he's only going to get better. He's a really good player. There goes Scatman. Emeka showed glimpses of being a top 10 receiver at sometimes. If he just keeps it together, not dropping passes, which were insane last year, watching those clips back, horrendous. But he's an elite player. He was incredible in college. He was incredible last year. Yes, he had some really bad weeks, but I'm happy to get him. All right, let's see what this run back to us is going to leave us. If TreVeyon's there, I might just really lock in that third running back and just completely chill on running backs. TreVeyon Henderson's going to be a beast. And if you look at this mix, like, I'd rather him over Quinshon Judkins. I mean, the Browns are ass, so I'd rather be in the New England offense. I love DJ Moore, but there's going to be so many different wide receivers we get later that I'm okay with. And receivers, there's a ton. Running backs, there is not a ton. I do not want any piece of Jalen Waddle. As a Dolphins fan, I think his best years were probably with McDaniels and Tua. He'll be good, but not here good. See, look where the running backs fall off. I don't want Jadarian Price or Bashal Tootin at all. The fact that Jadarian Price went before TreVeyon is insane to me. We don't even know what Jadarian's going to do. Yeah, it was good college talent, but that backfield's a mess. There's so many mouths to feed. We don't even know who's going to be RB1. So to take him this early, it's way too You're crazy, bro. Let's hope for TreVeyon. I'd be very happy with TreVeyon. In this bucket, looking at this bucket, like I love Rome, but I'm not going to go for him. TreVeyon would be the dream. Terry McLaurin is very good, but he's up there in age. Lock it in. TreVeyon. Let's fucking go. Now, I never look at bye weeks, which is the death of me, but JT money, literally money, got Kenneth Walker and TreVeyon. Like, TreVeyon's going to have his incredible weeks and then plug him in and flex. Like, now we don't have to worry about running backs. Now we can just really focus on wide receivers and whatever falls to us, truthfully. AJ Brown and Emeka, I'm very happy to build off of that. If Rome somehow falls to us, I'll be incredibly thankful. Another big one for me is going to be Marvin. I love Marvin Harrison. Like, yes, he's had some dysfunctional, but the kid is great. The kid is good. He's a good kid. He studies hard. He works hard. He's just had, like, the yips, honestly. It's his third-year wide receiver. I'm investing in third-year wide receivers always, since I've always been in fantasy. I've done this for 20 years. Third-year wide receivers just always prove to pop out. And maybe Marvin Harrison finally has it all together. And I really do believe that fact. And now it's like, start to see how the running backs just completely fall off. Like Chuba, I like Chuba, but if Jonathan Brooks actually comes back, we're screwed. Tony Pollard, I'm good. He was great in Dallas. Like, he's a consistent running back. But you got Nicholas Singleton, you got Tajay Spears. That team's always going to be chasing points. I just don't want it. I'm not as big of a fan on Christian Watson nor Carnell Tate. I would much rather Marvin Harrison here. And, like, to me, this has worked out like a dream. And that's why, like, I kind of go with this build pretty much all the time. Yeah, I'd much rather a Marvin Harrison here over getting a quarterback. Let's see what falls to those boys. Oof. Should we take the upside in Carnell Tate? Just put him there just for shits and gigs. I really do believe in Cam Ward being just incredible. I'm probably just going to double tap two good quarterbacks, and we'll take Carnell Tate. We'll give him a chance. I'm really not that big on rookie wide receivers. They're so far and away from being good. But being the number one option, Emeka was great out of Ohio State as well. And Ohio State receivers are really that elite. So it's fine. We'll live with it. Now, if we can get ourselves... It's really going to be if I can land an elite quarterback that I love, I'm down. If not, I might go Parker Washington. Jordan Tyson is really getting overpriced, like incredibly overpriced. I'm off of it. DK Metcalf, disgusting to me. I love Parker. He was awesome last year. How can you not like Parker Washington? To me, Drake is like the last elite quarterback. Like Caleb, he's like in the tier below for me. He's gonna have incredible games and he's gonna have like mediocre games. So, all right. So we lost Parker. I would be happy with Drake. I do love Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's right there for me. But yeah, look at the running backs we would have left ourselves. Rico Dowdle, I'm good. And R.J. Harvey from UCF. Very cool. He had a good year, but do not want it. All right, Brian Thomas. Do not want. Do I lock in Justin Herb? I think I'm going to. I think he's going to be incredible. With Mike McDaniels, Herbert. I mean, the Dolphins literally should have gotten Herbert over Tua. So if Herbert has done what he's done without an elite offensive mind, I think McDaniels is so much taken off of him being an offensive coordinator versus a head coach. Being able to just run an offense versus an entire team, he doesn't need the respect of everybody on the field. He needs the respect of the offense, and they know what he brings to the table. And I can only imagine they're gonna use Keaton Mitchell and Omarion just like they used HN, but together, I love that duo. Okay, so here, like if I really needed a running back, Kyle Manon guy is that guy. I'm not going for running back here, but people are sleeping on Kyle. Kyle is going to be so good. He literally could have taken the job last year from D Swift. But obviously we're not taking him. This gets to like the really weird range, to be real. Mekhi Landmines is, in my opinion, overpriced. If Devonta Smith didn't ball out as a wide receiver too, why is Mekhi going to do it as a rookie? I do not know. Cortland Sutton literally sucked as a wide receiver one. Like, yes, he had moments of maybiness, but I'm off of it, especially with Jalen Waddle there. Chris Godwin, I just don't want it with the Emeka, but in general, I just don't want it. Jaden Reed is like very surprised, but to me, Jordan Love is the guy that passes the ball around to the open receiver, like Drew Brees-esque. So he doesn't lock in on any single person. Jaden Reed's just like, he's going to win you some weeks, and he's not going to contribute at all some weeks in best ball. So this like bracket is a very interesting bracket. I think it makes it hard. It's really dependent on what you need. So we've locked in our quarterback, and like, to be honest, if I can go ahead and do it again, I probably would have grabbed something else instead of Herbert, seeing that Trevor Lawrence, Jackson Dart, some really nice names are there. We're going to go with Jaden. I do love Blake. Like, if I didn't have a running back at this point, I would go with Blake. And I mean, I'm going to go Jaden. If Jaden does what he's done when he gets the ball at times, there's been games where he's just been incredible. Like, Jaden Reed has had games where you're just like, oh shit, I am so thankful he's on my team as a flex. And then there's weeks where he's at flex and it's like, oh, I lost my week because he didn't get over 5 points. Hopefully with the open targets with Romeo Doubs gone, Jaden Reed plays more 2 sets. But I'm just hopeful for that, right? But he can easily win you your weeks, and he can easily lose you your weeks. All right, if we can get Kyle Pitts here, I'm good with that. I think that he finally put it all together. I was a Kyle Pitts fan, and I think he finally put it all together. And to back that up, I do really like QJ. Yes, I'm not a real big advocate of stacks. I think people like really are crazy about their stacks, but I won a lot of best balls last year and I didn't have any stacks. It's more so just getting real good value in the middle. Kyle Pitts was that guy, actually. That won me a few leagues last year. You know, everyone just, I mean, he rightfully so, he sucked, and so I wouldn't want to draft him back then, but I did take him in a lot of leagues because why not? And with Tua, yeah, let's lock it in. Let's take our first tight end. All right, I love the build so far. We got Justin Herbert, who I think with McDaniels is just going to absolutely crush it. Jonathan Taylor easily could have been RB1 last year. If Daniel Jones didn't get hurt and he didn't have to work with like Riley Leonard and a couple of others, I think he could have been RB1. Kenneth Walker is literally Saquon Barkley at KC, so sign me up with that, especially with Rashee Rice. I think sky's the limit for Kenneth Walker. He can literally finish an RB1. TreVeyon Henderson, if he does what he has the opportunity to, he's a top 5 every week potentially. Top 10, I think for sure. Maybe not every week 5, but with his upside, he can land. He can be a smash mouth. Like, he'll win you your weeks. All right, so now Ricky Pearsall to me would be a dream. 30-year wide receiver again. I'm a big fan of his. I think that Mike Evans might just actually help him. Now it's just a matter of him playing. I like Deshaun Stribling, but as a prospect, I'm okay with it. Matthew, Ricky, please, Ricky P, let's drop here. I'm also a Romeo Doubs. Let's go. We got Ricky. I'm a Ricky P truther. It is what it is. When the boy's healthy, he balls. The thing is when he's healthy. Okay, now let's see what we get left with. Okay, so probably want to start to tackle. We may want to tackle our quarterback too, because it gets the slim pickings, and as you can see, why running backs just fall off a cliff. JCM could be good, but I really actually think Rachaad White could be fire, and I'd be happy with Rachaad White if I got him. But that said, I think I'm gonna make sure to lock in my second quarterback. See, like I like Malik Willis, but it's such a rich sample size, and like the price is expensive. I ideally want to leave every draft with Cam Ward on my team, so there's a little bit of that, and the guy behind me are just 3 quarterbacks, and these 2. All right, guys. Malik Willis. Yeah, they're running for quarterbacks here. Sam Darnold's hard to like pass on. Incredibly. I just love Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward's going to be such a special talent this year. Him being in Netflix's quarterback documentary, docuseries. It's like when you see those NFL meme pictures before the beginning of the season, and the people at the front of the line are the ones going to the Super Bowl. So, all right, it's on us. We can get Rachaad White, or we can lock in that second quarterback. And at this point, with only Daniel Jones left, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to lock in the quarterback that I wanted from the beginning. My boy's lost 10 pounds. He'll be moving. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pay attention to most likely best available here. I would like to grab my 4th running back. Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad at getting a second tight end. I really like Likely. I mean, when he had opportunities to play in Baltimore, he was really good. Mark Andrews was really like they really just ate at each other, and Likely there would be. I remember like the first week last year, 2 TDs. Like it was like, oh my God, let's get him, start him everywhere, trade for him, pick him up. But, he's gone, so we don't even have to talk about him. Tyrone Tracy is rich for my blood here. What I'm looking at, it's Keen Mitchell. And I think Jaden Higgins, year 2, can be very good. Even though Sheeter Stroud is awful and has regressed every year since his rookie year. Since the day that he sunned Caleb Williams, he has just been total ass all the way through. And CJ Stroud is just not that guy. Sad. He won me my championship that year too, his rookie season. All right, so to me, it's Jaden Higgins or Keen Mitchell. I think Keen Mitchell can be a surprise. Lightning in a bottle. McDaniels loves those type of guys. And he will make sure that he's involved in that offense. And perfect. I do not want Woody Marks and Rashid Shaheed. I am totally good. I'd rather get Torrey Horton very late. People forget what Torrey Horton did when he had an opportunity to play. And he was scoring TDs out there. Cooper Kupp was an afterthought. So we're here. All right, so this is where it gets interesting here. I think Oronde Gadsden's getting overlooked just because of Njoku signing. I'd be actually incredibly happy with getting Oronde Gadsden with Pitts. That's basically, to me, getting Brock Bowers type, Trey McBride type. Like, you have 2 elite tight ends, week in, week out. You just, the way you win in best ball is like you need those smash tight end weeks. And of course he's gone. So all that talking for nothing. Okay, I do not want Omar Cooper. My super sleeper in Superflex this year is definitely Cade. Cade Klubnik, I think, is definitely going to start around week 7, 8. I think Geno Smith is just a good fill-in. I don't know if Aaron Glenn is even the coach there for that much longer. But, yeah, I don't want any piece of that. Okay, Chiggy can be really good. I mean, we've seen what Washington tight ends can do when they have an opportunity. I do like Jalen McMillan. But, yeah, we've definitely seen what tight ends can do there, I'm going to take Chiggy. He's just like a great tight end. He's had really good years in Tennessee. Tennessee's just been a mess. And, Jaden's always shown that he's loved going to his tight ends. They've, in general, shown that they've loved going to his tight ends. Benson was like a nice sleeper for me until he wasn't. Jalen Naylor. Okay, so going on to our next pick. Jalen Naylor would be a dream come true. Jalen Naylor is their wide receiver one. When he started in Minnesota, he had so many, promises of, this guy can be real. But between Jay Jefferson and Addison, he fell in. And not to mention J.J. McCarthy sucked. The quarterback situation was ass out there. I do like Kirk Cousins, even if he starts out for 6, 7, 8 weeks. Fernando Mendoza is going to be an elite quarterback in the future. So give me Jalen Naylor, and I'd be really happy. I'm also fine with getting Travis Hunter is gone, so we're not even going to talk about him. But look at this blase here. I don't want any piece of this. Jalen Naylor's about the last piece that I would want from this puzzle here. Jonah Coleman could be good later, and of course he's gone. Okay, so what are we going to do here, boys? We are going to... I really don't like any of these people here. I could be very thankful. I'll put Jonah there because I do think at some point I'll take Jonah. I do think at some point JK or RJ, something happens with one of those guys, and they drafted Jonah Coleman for a reason. And he's like that build that Sean Payton loves. So I'm fine with it. Plus, nothing here was enticing to me. Zach Charbonnet is still somehow all the way up in ADP. He is literally not available. We've locked in our second tight end already, so I don't really care for one. I do like Gunnar Helm. I think AJ Barner's so good. TD dependent, but he scored TDs, so that's exactly what we need. Calvin Ridley, I do not want a piece of at all. I just don't want it. You know where it gets interesting here, boys? Ryan Flournoy, he had some really surprising weeks, and that's what best ball is all about. You just need those boom weeks. If CD or Pickens just do not play for any sort of reason, that's where you go, right? And there's been so many times in Dallas's offense where that third receiver just pops off. Jalen Tolbert, we've seen it. Cedric Wilson, we've seen it time and time again. And Flournoy looked great. So again, best ball is about filling in with high. At this point in the draft, do you want to fill it? Just shut up. I think Darnell Mooney is very slept on. I hate Calvin Ridley because he's just older and he got signed 2 wide receivers. Jerry Jeudy sucks. Just sucks. And why talk? Let's just take Mooney. I don't think Neighbors comes back for a minute, sadly, and I love Neighbors. So why am I going to do that to myself? So getting Darnell Mooney here feels good. If he is wide receiver 2 and then maybe first couple weeks wide receiver 1, Mooney is a great pick. All right, so looking here, also in that bracket, Alvin Kamara is a very nice one. Okay, so we could be going for our third tight end to just really lock it in. Let's see here. Alvin Kamara is a very interesting pick there if he's left, but I think Pat Freiermuth would be a fine third tight end, just finishing that out. I think Brandon Ayuk signed somewhere, and maybe it's the Commanders. So he could be an incredibly enticing pick, but again, does the guy even want to play football anymore? It's just scary to me. Brandon Ayuk, this is where it's you take your shots, right? Pat Freiermuth, to me, it's Patty or it is Ayuk. Again, I like dribbling, but I'm not rushing to these rookie wide receivers. There's a chance he barely sees the field. With Mike Evans and Ricky Pearsall, I'm okay. And at this point, I'm going to give Ayuk a chance. Isaac Tesla, I mean, he's like the Flournoy, but we're going to have a chance to Ayuk because if he can get a wide receiver 2 job somewhere, at least compete to play, we're going to take the upside. Okay, we've now loaded with 7 wide receivers, and we'll touch on the team as we go. What happens to me is I start missing on the where I'm focused here. I'll take Eli Stowers gladly. Dallas Goedert's always hurt. Jalen Hurts loves his tight ends. AJ Brown being gone potentially, most likely. Eli will see the field earlier than people think, and again, he's our 3rd tight end, so I'm good with that. And again, Dallas is just always hurt. The guy is literally ailing from some sort of injury every other week. And I do not want Mike Gesicki, although Mr. Gritty himself is surprising. And of course, we got sniped. David Njoku, if I don't have Rondé Gadsden, so I am not mad with David Njoku. He's going to have his surprise weeks. David Njoku will be one of those surprise weeks. Every few weeks he'll play. And maybe he gets a couple, just like 2-3 catches a game, and those weeks that he has a touchdown, he'll start for us if we need him to. So let's lock him in. I do always like leaving best ball with 3 tight ends, just because if Kyle Pitts gets injured or Brock Bowers or whoever it is you draft, if you just went 2 tight ends, you'd be so mad at yourself that you're just like, oh my god, I wish I would have had a 3rd tight end. So while they have 2 bye weeks back to back, Chiggy and Njoku, I'm okay with that. All right, so even like going through it, I am loving our build so far. We've built a 2-5-7-3. Probably a good idea to get another quarterback here, or receiver, to be honest. If Deshaun Watson does start, that'll be nice. But I love Shedeur Sanders, and I think the kid deserves a shot. Let's see what falls to us. I'm okay living with this running back room at the moment. We have no news on Tank Dell, so we don't even know. Status is uncertain still. The guy, it feels like history. Like you missed what he once was, but he's still young. He's just not. Just hasn't been on the field in so long at this point. So I don't want to do it. And Deshaun is still there, surprisingly. Zachariah Branch is interesting, and I loved him throughout college. He'll be a good wide receiver 2 out there. He's just not going to get, he's not going to be like an important asset to the team, but if he has those weeks where he does well, maybe. Our last, honestly, hopes in a quarterback is going to actually be Deshaun. So we're probably best in locking in Deshaun. And what do we have? It's our last pick. So to me, it's Deshaun. I love Torrey Horton. Again, people really, really whiffed on the guy and thinking he's not going to play. And just because he got hurt, but when he played last year, he was incredible. He had 2 touchdown games. He was so good. Deshaun Watson, I feel like they want Shedeur to be in the NFL playing, so we're going to go with Deshaun. All right, so we finished the draft. Now, let's go over our team. We'll even look at the board. I love what we did here. JT, Kenneth Walker, literally solidifying the 2 best running backs, arguably. Top 5, both. Top 1 potential. AJ Brown, to me, could be a top 5 wide receiver this year if he goes to New England. And everyone will be looking back and saying, I wish I would have taken AJ Brown, knowing what he's done with Vrabel. Love Emeka. I think he's got the opportunity to be a great wide receiver. I mean, he's shown the glimpses of it, so why not? TreVeyon Henderson, again, there was weeks last week where you're like, oh my God, I do not want to be playing this guy, and I felt like I played him every time he had those weeks. So I have him on my team. Carnell Tate is not my pick. I would have loved Marvin Harrison. But because I believe in Cam Ward, I'm okay with Carnell Tate playing. and seeing what he can do. Maybe he's a Emeka from last year where he just has those, a really good beginning. But I'll take it as wide receiver 1. Justin Herbert, I'm very big on. Top 6, 7 quarterback for me overall. Jaden Reed, he had so many promises. So if he starts more than he had opportunities before in the past and stays healthy, which is his biggest concern, I'm very happy with Jaden. Jaden's upside potential. Kyle Pitts, if he does what he did last year, obviously we're all happy. But I really do like him. And Tucker Kraft, where people are just going around ahead of him, it's too rich for me. I like Tucker, but I think Pitts just gets open more. Ricky Pearsall, again, third-year wide receiver. I'm a truther. I'm going to give the boy a chance. Cam Ward, I love him this year. I think he's a perfect QB2 and season-long best ball, super flex, everything. I'm just getting him. Keaton Mitchell fills that role that McDaniels wants to fill. So he's going to have his incredible weeks, and he's going to have his nothing weeks. Chiggy, I think Washington loves their tight end. I think Jaden Daniels loves the tight end. Pair them up. Jonah Coleman, we're just filling in opportunity. So J.K. Dobbins is just love the guy. He's always hurt, so we're going to give him an opportunity to play. Darnell Mooney, wide receiver 2, easy with the Giants. Jackson Dart's, I think, a fantastic quarterback. Malik Neighbors is going to be probably starting the year off the pup list. Brandon Ayuk is one of those dart throws. If he goes to the Commanders, say, and gets a wide receiver 2 opportunity, he was very good when he was playing. But does this guy want to play football? We have no idea. But at this point, I like him over literally Booty. Bernard, no. Exactly. So Ayuk is a good dart throw there. Njoku is our last tight end, and there's going to be those weeks where Njoku has a touchdown, 5 catches and a touch. Deshaun Watson, I mean, years ago, incredible. As the last pick in the draft, as our third QB, I'll take it. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for hanging out and drafting. Good luck this season, and let's go.